Alright, so I know I usually make videos regarding tower defense games. However, this one game caught my attention. It's called Arise Crossover. Now, the game has 60,000 players. And my first thought is, wow, this game must be an amazing game. Well, today's video we're going to be talking about, is Arise Crossover a good game? And if so, why does it have 60,000 players? So that's what we're going to be getting into today. If you guys are new, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. We're doing something different today. Let's get right into it. So I checked out Arise Crossover, and if you haven't played it before, I'll give you the rundown. It's kind of like Anime Fighters. You spawn in, you can punch people, you can basically get their unit, you can summon them, kind of like Sung-jin, and then they're on your team, and that's the game. Pretty simple concept. Now of course there's like weapons, powers, and all that stuff, but we're not really going to be getting into that too much in the video. So what's that aside, the concept isn't fully original. Now that's fine, they definitely do have some originality in the game. Like there's definitely some things I'm pretty sure not all the games have, which is decent, I guess. Like the mounts are very sick in the game. I guess the units like are pretty cool, like the attacks are pretty cool. Now the game itself looks decent. Now I say decent because it's in beta. Now I don't know if beta is a word they're using to make excuses for the game just not being done, or not, I guess say not being done, but excuses for bugs or anything like that. However, I'm gonna point out a few things that I don't like about the game, and I genuinely want your thoughts. I do not like the UI for the game. The UI is disgusting. The UI just doesn't look good. I'm sorry. Everything in the game looks good other than the UI. You just had to ruin the UI, and that is my biggest ick in the game. If the game had a good UI, I would like the game more, but it is hideous. I am so sorry. Now, I know it is in beta, but if this UI stays even when beta is over, we might have some problems, because this UI is disgusting. It is absolutely horrid. It is just not good. I don't know why they have so many buttons on the bottom. The UI, the buttons look just low quality for the game. Like the attack VFX are cool, the unit models are decent, the outlines for their summons are cool, everything's cool, but you had to ruin the UI out of all things. Please, game. I'm really hoping they get a new UI, because if they do not get a new UI, then we might have some problems. Now, why does the game have 60,000 players? There's a multitude of reasons, and I think the biggest reason is the current hype around solo leveling. The game has a massive, and I mean a massive, amount of hype around it. The anime, or the show, not game, I'm sorry, just has a bunch of people loving it. I think it surpassed One Piece, which is actually insane. I, for one, do like the show as well, so I can see why. But the hype around the show is just massive. It's humongous, which makes sense on why the game could be performing with 60,000 people. But beyond that, I think it's also the concept that, well, you can summon your characters, or the people you kill, you can turn them into your own minions. And I think that's really cool. I think some people like that. I think the game just also, it seems a little bit more original, because it's kind of more open world. I get a more open world kind of feeling with this game, which it is. And I think that's a little bit different, because you see like Anime Fighters or Anime Champions, you're kind of locked into a world. Man, speaking of Anime Champions, shout out to the legend, bro. Like the flashbacks of that game, man, I'm crying up. That game was peak. That game was actually peak. Please, Sarah, please revive the game. Anyway, the game just feels a little bit more open world, which I guess is part of the popularity. With that, the hype around solo leveling, I guess just being able to summon the people you kill, I guess, is just what people like, and I guess that is cool. But for me, because I used to play a lot of simulators, especially like Anime Champions, I was a sweat. Speaking of ACS, I might have to play it after this. The game is kind of boring. I think it's boring partly because in the beginning, you're kind of left stuck. You're kind of like, alright, what do I do? How do we play the game? You have weapons NPC, and you're going to have to go on a scavenger hunt to find them. Of course, you spawn right near him, but let's say if you're far away, you're going to have to figure out where to go. You're going to be like, oh, it's Solo City, and then you have to go to the city. So you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to do a lot of searching and hunting in the game. And, well, I think that's cool. You also have to think that this is Roblox, and for players like me, I like to be, I guess, like, shown how to do things in the game. Anime Vanguard does a great job at that. For example, I know it's 2 different games. AV just tells you what you need to do most of the time. And it's useful because when I'm playing a Rise crossover, I'm like, okay, bro, like, I'm gonna have to go there, I'm gonna have to go back, I'm gonna have to do all this. Like, okay, I get it. You're sending me on a scavenger hunt. And I guess that's part of the game's success, but for certain players like me, it's just not what I like. I think they can do a lot of things better with the game, and it is in beta, and I'm hoping when it's out of beta, things change. Now, the gameplay doesn't have to change. The quality of life, UI, those are some things that the game needs to see. I think this game can become very, very successful, and it already is, don't get me wrong. But when the solo level and hype dies, I'm curious to see where this game will go. The game is successful, I get it. It's a good game, you guys like it. But the quality of the game, apart from the VFX, which I kind of like, it's just low. I'm sorry, it's just a low quality game. And that's a common trend that I see from the dev team. Now, I know this dev team that worked on this game works on many simulators. They make a lot of simulators that I've used to play a lot of. And I'm not going to give them any false allegations of anything because I can't accuse them of anything. However, these devs are very money hungry, and you can see that from all their work. And I respect it. You know, you have to make a living as a dev. However, you can't just be making these bad quality games and just getting money out of people. I'm sorry, that's just not how this works. With that said, Pydos, the main dev, I believe, for the game, if you're listening, which you're probably not, please just work on the game to make it look better than it already is. It is just low quality, and if this game is actually just a little bit more higher quality, I think I would see myself playing this game just a lot more. But hey, I mean, it has 60,000 players, so I guess I really can't be the one complaining, because it's working. Whatever they're doing is working. And then the remaining players who are playing, like me, are just going to be complaining. With that said, I know it's a different video, but that's all I have. I just wanted to rant about it because I've been getting people in my DMs to play it. And I played it, and I'm just like, okay, I don't find it fun. And I think the biggest ick and the turnoff is really just the UI. So if the UI is a little bit better, I might make a comeback. Quality is just a little low. Things like that. But that's all I have. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, feel free to let me know. And I'll see you guys later.